Mountain, you're fucking slow.
I know. Fucking got to the top. Shit. All right, we are back, guys, once again for another episode, season 2 now
Yeah.
of Triggered Podcast. We have a very, very special guest tonight, very near and dear to our hearts, guys. Please welcome Raul, aka Charlie Mike. Thank you,
Yo,
guys.
what's going on, man?
Hey, we're finally doing this, so
Yeah. It's it
we're video
this
now.
yeah.
Y'all bougie
So
now, bro.
when Tony told me about this StreamYard, I dove into it and started looking at it and this and that and I didn't really understand it, but then he explained it to me and Raul explained it to Tony and stuff. I mean, just from the little shit that we did last night, I
Yeah,
mean, it could change everything.
it really is.
Definitely.
Especially
It's easy to
special
control
guests.
too, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we can hop them right on live video at their house. I love that part. I mean, I know we're on Anchor as well recording, but like we're not there. StreamYard isn't even sponsoring us, but like all the stuff they have here is just so amazing. It really is. So yeah, right now we got 3 people watching our live show. We are live on Facebook, on YouTube. What else? There was something else I forgot. I mean, it's just insane. So guys, definitely come in, comment. We will be interactive with you. If you want, Zach, take it off the floor for us, man.
Yeah, so I want to welcome Raul, Charlie Mike. He's helped us a lot with a lot of stuff. I mean, he may be in the background, he may not be with us all the time, but he's guided us, gave us some good insight on things, and I do appreciate it. He's one of the ones that stuck with us and helped us out.
Absolutely.
We have questions, we don't hesitate to ask him. He'll always be there to help you. He's always in the public. He's always doing something. So, and that's the level we're trying to get at. And like I said, with StreamYard, I think it's going to be a big game changer for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. That's one thing, man. When I started doing all this, I was like, you know what? If you don't share the information you have, then how are we both gonna succeed in something? You know,
Absolutely.
there's a meme. There's like a perfect meme I see all the time where it's a guy, he's climbing and he's like at the top of the mountain, but he's like looking back to grab his arm and pick somebody else up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yep.
It's like that, you know?
that's so true. I mean, and especially being a veteran community like we are, the veterans. I mean, it's always about help the next guy, try to teach the next guy, whether it's low and enlisted, whoever it is, to help each other up, and so we can all succeed. Um, the rest of the world kind of has that different mindset where it's like me, 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 being selfish. I want to get to the top, but I want to put down whoever I have to make that happen. And I just love, even though like we met over, actually it was MPA, I believe it was over MPA, and it's just like the networks we have now with so many great communities. I know up here in New York we have so many organizations coming to us now. Like, hey,
Yeah.
how can we help you guys? And it's like unbelievable to see that kind of veteran support with each other. It's amazing.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask you, Raul, is do you have your 501?
No, actually, man,
Okay.
because I branched it off my business, my LLC.
Okay.
So I'm a profit business, but 22% of the proceeds, majority of the time it's 22% because we try to get as close as we can to that. But man, sometimes sales like last year with the coronavirus and all that stuff, man, if I would have donated 22, I would have been out for shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So this like even different quarters. So we try to donate. I say we, I mean me, and
The
so
business.
yeah. So we pick different organizations that bring awareness to veteran suicide and the prevention of veteran suicide. Those are
Okay.
like the only key aspects that I need to know. I do a little information on them and like a little research on them. This quarter, which is the third quarter at the end of September, it's going to go
Mm,
to Val 22, which is an organization here in the local area. But man, you know how like a lot of times you can get counseling for the veteran, no problem, and
yeah.
that's what most organizations surround themselves around. But this organization, Val 22, it's actually, they reach out and try to get counseling for the family, the children, and things that's not
Okay.
necessarily just a veteran. It's
That's awesome.
the entire.
That's awesome to see. Not like you said, not just for the veteran, but it's
Yeah.
the family, it's the children. That's
That's
awesome.
Yeah, that's tough. I know, Zach, and you can definitely explain more. And Raul, you can. Unfortunately, fortunately, I can't understand to that degree. But like when you're deployed or you're getting ready to deploy, the stress that goes on the family. I mean, I was a couple weeks out before we were supposed to deploy, and I had to fall behind. But I mean, the stress that it brings, and then I know Zach, me, and you were talking about it offline. Like you're doing your stuff overseas, but then your family kind of has to continue on in that process of okay, get back into your own thing. Then when you come back, it's like a whole new world. Like they don't even.
Yep.
I don't want to say they don't know who you are, you don't know them, but it's a whole new lifestyle that you have to get readjusted to, and
Yeah,
that's a lot of stress on the family.
because I mean, you forgot about all that when you left.
Yeah.
And what I think too is with different units, you got to have a good RSP program.
Yes.
That's what I see a lot. You know, is there aren't really RSP programs out there that are committed to helping the family with, no offense to my unit that I was in, but I mean, everybody's so spread apart with the 1569th. You had people down, in the city, you had
Mm.
people in Newburgh, you had a couple people up here near Albany, me, and it's hard to get everybody together. Um, if something goes on, yeah, they say they'll reach out to you, but I don't think anybody reached out to my family when
Mm.
I was away, because I had issues with Tony and I talked about this offline, but I had issues with my son when I was deployed. Um, I couldn't get a hold of him, you know, and I finally went to the sergeant major and I said, "Hey, listen, I got an issue. My unit can't reach, my son, my ex, and I don't know where to go from here." And he actually led me through the whole process, So I left. Um, let's see. I think I left a couple weeks early, to get all that shit figured out.
Yeah.
That's good leadership right there, man.
I mean, I broke and I jumped command, but I was so stressed and shit, and nobody could get a hold of them. I had to go right to the top. I couldn't. You guys know how it is with chain of command. Sometimes it just stops right, at the E5, or it stops at the E6, and it doesn't go any higher.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do it, man. You
In one
can't.
ear, out the other.
Yeah, you can't perform as your full 100% if you're worried about different things going on and
Mhm.
back at home. Your mind is focused, and they
Yeah.
well in the war. We need 100% of you. We don't need 98 or 99. We need 100. You
Yep.
know
Yep. You
That's
can't you
true.
can't be distracted in the moment.
exactly.
But
That's
yeah,
all.
I think a big RSP program, is huge for the families. Just having that one person, you know, that you can rely on. Like I can rely on Tony. You know,
Absolutely. And
you know,
likewise.
3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I can call Tony, and I know he's going to be there.
Yeah.
An incident I had at Target in Amsterdam.
Mm.
I got there's too many people, and I had to walk out and sit in the car. I got out of my comfort zone. So it's shit like that. You got to find that one person.
And it's funny too because we talk offline a lot, and it was funny because when he hit me up about that, I was like, bro, I think we were in like Schenectady, which is another city in New York, and I was like, I was about to hit you up, like I had to get out of there. So
Yeah.
it was almost like around the same time and everything, but it's funny how you always got to have that one guy that's always got your six that it's great to talk to your wife. It's great to talk to a couple buddies here, but until you've been through, until you've seen it, until you know really how another guy or girl feels that served that time, you can't explain it.
Yeah.
You can try, but it's just you can't.
Yeah, that's
So
100% correct, man. That's kind of the thing that I've told y'all before that I try to stress, man, is that you're never alone. That
Absolutely.
somebody's always experienced something, if not exactly the same,
yeah.
and Man, it's just, I get, when I get chances, I take all these different courses. I'm not saying I'm like a doctor. I'm not, but these are courses that are given through different organizations here in the
Mhm.
local area. But they teaches you how to deal with someone who's suicidal. It
Yeah,
teaches you how to deal with somebody who's struggling through whatever, different cases. And man, it's helped me. I learned a lot.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
like one thing I like to, stress on the podcast is, you know, just reach out, send a message, make the phone call. Yeah. If they don't answer, at least you made the attempt. Um,
yeah,
they see it. Don't get me wrong. Everybody sees a text message. You can't say nobody, they may not respond, but they do see it, especially with the iPhones. You can tell when somebody,
Yeah.
sees a message, you know, and it's just reach out. It's your neighbor. It doesn't even have to be a veteran in my eyes. It could
yeah.
be the
Our
80-year-old
community.
neighbor that lives alone. Go over,
Yeah,
knock on his door, or just try to get a hold of somebody somehow.
yeah, definitely. I'll put it out there too. I've been following. I know Raul. We've talked offline about this. We rolled off. Soldier Heart. I've been listening to Redcon One for years and years. He just put out a new single, and I'll tell you what, like that shit gave me goosebumps. I was like, bro, that is it's spot. And he's always coming out with this, but he'll take years to put out a new album. But everything he puts into is 100%, and it's 100% how we feel. We know how he's feeling. You can hear the emotion. You can feel what he's feeling, and the whole group, Redcon One, Jay Deuce, all them, they're all the same. Like they have it, and I just want to give him a big shout out too because I mean he's really. We have the radio, I guess, voice, the radio community, and he has a music community, and I'll tell you, he doesn't get enough credit. The whole group doesn't because they really have touched and helped so many guys and girls. I know a lot of those songs have helped me through some tough times. So yeah, I just want to give a big shout out to Soldier if he's listening somehow because everyone, all of us are friends on Facebook. So you
Yep.
know,
Tag him, man. He's good
I
people.
will. He
He
is.
he's a real good dude. I started following him back in MySpace, bro. I don't know if
Yeah,
you guys remember that.
a
Yo,
couple years ago,
yeah.
Yep.
before this was gray.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
yeah, man, that's how I found him out. And, throughout my deployments, I
Mhm.
listened to his music. I became a fan.
Yep.
We've met a few times and he's good people. We just click, cause we got like, I mean, I understand where he's coming from. And
Yeah.
I guess a lot of veterans feel that way when it comes to him and his
And
music.
he's been through this shit too. He
Yeah.
he truly understands. I'm pretty sure, and don't quote me on this. I'm pretty sure everyone in Redcon One, they've all deployed. They all know how that life is. They know
Yeah.
even come back home just using like going back to civilian life. Like I've been out for what now, Zach? A year and a half, I'd say.
Yeah.
I don't really remember, but a year and a half. There's still some shit where I'm like, what? Like we had a drone flying over here in Melbourne one day, and I was like, babe, grab the guns. Like I'm fucking shooting that fucker out.
Bro,
Like that shit's not.
when that went off, like the whole
Oh,
my phone would not stop going off because of Facebook.
yep.
Like everybody, even when the C-130s from Stratton fly over,
Yeah,
like because they fly so low,
they,
and
they do
everybody's
military
like,
flies.
"What the hell's going on?" I mean,
Yep.
it's it's funny, but it's something that they don't understand that we do.
Yeah.
It's we're like, oh, it's just training,
Yep.
and it's funny too because I also see that it doesn't matter what branch you are in, when something flies over the sky, you look up in the air. You
Yeah.
do. Everybody does
So
it.
true.
It's natural.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And those 130s, man, I love it because they fly slow and low right by us. And again, like a lot of the civilians down here are like, oh shit, are they dropping bombs? Like, no, they're just doing basic training. Like, they're nothing. They're just flying. They're getting their hours in.
yeah,
And it's funny. It's funny.
I don't know who this is, but there's a combat vet motorcycle association here locally.
Okay.
okay,
Man, they do a lot of work over here too, man. They're
Yeah.
good people.
yeah. The ones in upstate New York, 1904.
Yep.
They do a lot around here too. I mean, there's a couple guys that I know. My brother-in-law's in it. One of my best friends, Randy Petrorik, he's in it. They're big. They're big,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and sometimes they don't get the credit that they deserve. Even even other
PTA,
motorcycles club, you know,
yeah,
they're, you know,
VMC, and
a
just
lot has changed. You know, they do a lot more for the community now, and everybody still thinks, you know, oh, they're running guns and drugs. You know, it's
1980s fucking
yeah.
Sons of Anarchy bullshit.
Hmm.
I like that
Yeah.
show though, man.
It got a good story plot, but
Now,
it's
yeah,
definitely it's not the way it used to be by any means, and people kind of forget that. And yeah, I saw a going down 88 today. I saw a
Tony,
procession.
who was your drill sergeant back in the day?
yeah,
I don't
that's
mean
what
to
I'm
cut you
looking at
off.
right now.
I was
That's all
just
right.
looking at that.
Which
Who
one?
is that?
Oh, I can't see where it's. Is that? I think that's Joe Sarin Lich. Joe Sarin Lit. I think all mine says is Facebook user.
Yeah,
So
that's all mine says too.
Mine too. Yeah.
actually, let me show. All right. I think it was yeah, because that would make sense because he's CVMA and me and him get along very well now. He was okay. Story time.
Rabbit
Joe
hole.
Sarin Lit. Zach is about your height with a look. Oh, all right.
Yep,
I can't go
there he
parade
is.
right now. Sorry,
Yeah,
my bad.
stand at parade rest when you talk to him.
I got to shave. I'm at Regs. I remember the first time I came off that bus, fucking baby face, fat little kid I was. Fucking,
Butterball.
he found me like right off the rip, and he just attacking me, and I'm scared shitless because I don't know what's going on. And then he just and my arms were tired. You know how you're pushing those bags, and it just hit my head, and he was right there, and he's like, and I was like, oh, okay, he had my number from day one. But it was awesome. I learned so much from him. I mean, it was just the small stuff that made a huge difference, like knowing how to fold your laundry, knowing how to hold yourself at position of attention when something's funny, or just having that discipline, folding your bed, just those small things that, I look back at, and now, because I am out and all that, me and him were friends on Facebook, and we have so much more in common that because we can get on a personal level now that I didn't know back then. We both have very similar backgrounds, and it's funny because I think a lot of privates forget Joe Sargents are human too. They just want to go home and go to sleep, and they got to deal with a bunch of shit bricks, and I mean, shit bags isn't even like,
which is soup sandwiches.
I had a good time in basic in the sense of I learned a lot. I was tired, of course, but that's what it's supposed to be. But the amount of like asshole kids that were there, it was just basic stuff like shut your mouth, don't click your teeth. Because, you're at parade wrestling, like, oh, you want 10 more minutes? All right, too easy. They go back in. They're like, oh, okay, now you just got 20. Just say Roger or say nothing. Shut your mouth and stand there. And we could go to bed an hour ago. But just that small stuff.
It's funny too how they can pick people out of
yeah.
It's training. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it takes to be a drill sergeant, but just like even when the bus rolls up, they can look in the window. I mean, because you got your head down in your bag. That's the way it was at Benning. You didn't know where you're going. And it's just these monster fucking guys that just come at you.
Yep.
And holding the duffel bag above your head.
Oh, they know. They know.
Yeah, it's like I got this guy, and I got him for the rest of basic training. Yep. So get used to it.
Well, what's cool? I just sent him a request, and maybe he'll hop on just for a couple minutes, just to say hi and maybe explain a little bit. I know we had a good episode about that, but it's amazing. Yeah. How, again, StreamYard, you can do that simple stuff where they can just hop right on and just talk just like we are, Yeah. But yeah, it was basic, man. I mean, we all have our great stories and scary stories at the same time, but it was a trip. I love.
So Raul, do you pay attention to much of what's going on in New York?
Man, I a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of a lot of y'all's politicians out there.
Okay. So the reason why I'm going to touch on this, the reason why I asked that is, our new governor, Kathy Hochul.
Yeah.
So she just put in a bill or something that the National Guard that was involved in 9/11 can receive veteran status. That they can get all the same benefits as a veteran who deployed. I wanted to get your take on that. What's your thought process on that?
So they what's the I have to read it, man, because I really
Yeah,
do. I want to know what that includes.
it's
Yeah.
supposedly, from what I read, is any of the National Guard members that were down at 9/11, or came as soon as a little after the planes hit. Um, they receive veteran status as a veteran,
Mhm.
um, without a deployment. So it doesn't, not necessarily it counts as a deployment, but they get all the benefits that you know you get, I get, Tony gets, as a veteran who deployed. That's what I got out of reading the article that she put out. Um, I just, I
I'm
don't
not.
know.
I'm not too sure how I feel
I'm
about it
kind of yeah, I'm kind of torn about that.
because I mean I think as far as mental counseling, I mean I'm sure they saw a lot.
Yep.
You know what I mean. So as far as that, I I don't see no issue with that. But to I need to read it because
Yeah.
I want to know what it includes and what
Yeah.
all that that it's involved. I mean, because to say that those guys didn't do anything, I mean, they probably didn't. I mean, they didn't shoot their weapons or receive fire, but they they saw a lot of stuff, man. You know, it's crazy. You know, even just thinking about it, when I said that, I got the chills because what brings a memory to me is those people that were jumping out of the buildings. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I mean, to see that shit in person, and
Yep.
Yeah.
to
I
be able,
just,
it's it's different, man. The smell of burning flesh, if they smell
Hmm.
that, that's something that never goes away.
Blood.
no.
The
You
smell
know?
of blood has a
Yeah.
very,
Yeah.
I want to say a sweet smell, but like when you smell, you know it. You know.
Yeah. I mean, there's an article I was reading about one lady. Um, she she dropped her kids off at the daycare center that was right next to, or right across the street from the towers.
Mm.
There's like a little daycare center that was there in one of the buildings, and she was on the top floor when the plane hit, and just thinking about the last, her last ditch effort of decency as a woman was, um, she held her dress down. You know,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
heard about that?
yeah. I
Yeah,
actually seen the pictures. Tim Kennedy did this real thing on her. Uh, they were talking about it on Joe Rogan podcast.
yes,
Um,
yep.
and man, that's some real
and
stuff.
and and I decided to look into it, man. And the last decent she had before, when she jumped out of the window, was to hold her dress down so nobody saw what she was wearing.
Yeah.
It's fucking sad if you I mean,
Yeah.
Insane.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
It's wild. I mean, those guys down there and girls, not only the first responders, the military, but the people who I feel the worst for is like the ones new, they're done. And there was nothing they could do about it. It was, that first impact, like let's say you were sitting at the first window or whatever, you didn't even see that shit coming. You were just
yeah,
toast. But like the ones who knew they were dead, they were going to burn alive, or the ones that got trapped and maybe were on the top, so they didn't go all the way to the bottom and they had to suffer for a week, no food, no, and just crushed lungs and all this other stuff, with these major traumas that they had a slight bit of, I might survive this, but probably not, or there's nothing I can do. Those are the ones I feel the worst for. A lot of them had families and obviously friends, but kids, all that.
not only that, just imagine, like, I can't even imagine, but
Mm.
you know, you were late to work, you got stuck in traffic, you
The
know,
survivor guilt, man.
That
like,
alone has got to be a mind. You know,
Yeah,
yeah, the survivor guilt, like Tony said, you're on, what, the Tappan Z, is that the Tappan Z
yeah.
that that goes over to Manhattan, or is it, I can't remember what bridge it is, but
The
you
Washington,
know,
one of those, yeah.
yeah, it was in one of the movies, with Nicolas Cage.
oh, United '93. I just saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just you're sitting on the bridge stuck in traffic, somebody got rear-ended, or whatever, just jam-packed, and all of a sudden you look up and it's after 8 o'clock and you're supposed to be at work, and a plane hits the fucking tower. Like
Yeah.
Insane to even.
like sitting there in traffic, like, fuck, I was supposed to be in that building.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, definitely know about that stuff, man. But
Yeah.
it is, it's crazy. And that's the thing. Like even up here in upstate New York, there was, they were definitely attacking towers. They were attacking the Pentagon. There was another one, the one in Pennsylvania, and they had ones up here in New York State. I know there was a target on the Gilboa Dam, which isn't far from us at all, probably 30 minutes or so. There
Yeah.
was one actually in Guilderland, where I'm originally from. There was a huge power plant there that basically controls all the electric for the Northeast. So they were aiming for that as well, and it was like, luckily none of those went off. With good for them. But it's
Yeah.
like crazy to think, like, man, what ifs? What if they actually did establish all their targets? It's crazy to
Yeah.
think about it. But fortunately,
Yeah.
we're all here.
So I would read into that. I mean, if because I would like to hear what your opinion is on that with the
Mm,
governor.
yeah,
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I read it. I read it a couple
I
times.
mean, it's
I
like
just
a lot of things that when I talk, I want to make sure I'm 100% accurate about what I say. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And then
Yeah.
yeah, man. But yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of a lot of your people. But I'm I just man.
You stole somebody $40.
I don't even know who this is. Put your name in there, man.
Oh, that's funny.
That is too funny.
People are calling
No,
you out
me
now.
probably.
Yeah, hey
Because
man,
man,
pay your
I'll,
debts, bro.
I'll
Yeah.
blast her on this, man. My ex fucking took me for a run for money, man. She stole all my money. That depend upon us. Don't do it.
Oh,
Don't
you
do
were
it.
one of those guys.
Got that BAH.
Yep.
All she saw in her eyes was the BAH.
Yep. Well, I'm good. I'll tell you, man, I'm so fortunate right now to have such a good woman.
Roberts,
Roberts.
Levi.
All right. Levi, hit me up on the private chat, I
No,
got you,
blast them
bro.
out.
Yeah, put him on blast in front of everybody.
You're gonna get everybody out here now.
Yeah. Donations from Trigger go to private Levi. actually,
Yeah.
Levi, you gotta be close to E5 now, if not more, right, bro? Yeah, he was a good dude. I liked him. We had good times. AIT was a blast. AIT was a blast.
Don't let him fool you, man. He talks shit about you.
It's all right. All day, every day. No. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Fort Drum was a trip. I'll tell you, it's like a whole nother world. Like it changes people.
Fort Drum is the only place in the world that you can get every season in a week.
Yeah,
Man,
Like legit.
so
It can
true.
be sunny and 70, and then you turn right around and go to the field, and it's fucking 3 inches of snow.
Yeah.
it's crazy. I used to say that when I was stationed at Fort Carson for a little bit, and I used to say,
Okay.
Okay.
Pretty similar.
because I said like you could go skiing and drive a couple of hours to the west, and then you could go whitewater rafting, or you
Yeah,
know what
that's
I mean?
crazy.
Yeah.
I heard Carson's probably one of the better stations though, from people that I know of.
I like it. It was beautiful, man. I mean, I experienced the single life there, so
Mm.
I mean,
Good times, right? We won't take it
That's
about
another
that.
time.
yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I got about a minute left on this segment, so I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys want to continue on. I'd say if you want Charlie Mike, but he's right here, so if that's cool, you guys, or we can just do whatever on the anchor side. On the anchor side, that's what we got.
It don't matter.
He wants to know about the incline.
Man, hey, I used to do that thing, but we used to do it. People used to have like water and all kinds of things in a backpack.
Oh, fuck that.
Me and my buddy used to do it with beer, man. We were just talking about this the other day, man, because he was like, "Hey," he said, "Send me a picture of the incline," and was like, "You remember doing this when we were drinking?" I was like, "Man," I said, "To be young and dumb again, I couldn't do it now." I mean,
Oh no.
yeah,
Shit.
if I tried, yeah. But man, I remember that, man. People were slamming Gatorades, and we were just drinking beers, and we had a backpack full of beers.
Hell yeah.
But we were. I was fit then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we
Yeah.
were just talking about that about the firehouse the other night. Remember that, bro? Last night, actually, at drill.
Yeah.
You know, the crazy shit you would do because you were fit, you could pretty much accomplish anything. And the mindset was just like, fuck it, we're going back to formation in 3 hours. All right, popping up, don't go to sleep. That's the worst thing
Yeah.
to do. Fucking pop another one, just Charlie Mike.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
So
Yeah.
crazy
It's
times.
crazy. Yeah. I mean, going back to it, I'm not a fan of what's going on up here, but I mean, what else can you do? You embrace the suck right now.
Yeah.
It like I always said, it's gonna get dark for a little while.
Yep.
It'll get better. I just wish
It will.
lumber prices would go down so I could put my gazebo up.
Man, it's funny because we had a storm hit this morning here.
Yeah. How'd you guys make out with that? That shit
man.
looked wild.
Nah, man, they predicted like outrageous amounts of rain, but luckily at the end, well, I say luckily, I mean for us, I don't mean for anybody else, but it shifted. So instead of getting the dirty side of the hurricane,
Yep.
we got like kind of the middle of it, and
Yep.
we just got a lot of wind. There was wind damage and things like that, but
That's not bad.
nah.
We had that about a month ago that was supposed to come in and just nail us hard, like real hard. And we were prepping even at the firehouse, like, all right, we need this,
Yeah, we
with evacuation notices, the whole nine. And we got what, like a 10-mile-per-hour gust of wind and a couple raindrops. That was it.
it wasn't bad. We got all the generators and shit going, and we didn't even need them.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, 10 years ago we had a really bad hurricane come through and flooded our whole entire village, our whole town. So we were fortunate to dodge this one. I mean, you don't want to see nobody anywhere get nailed with any major, so whether it's snow, rain, anything like tornadoes. It's all bad. It's Mother Nature. You mess with the mother and you'll get her worse. So.
She always gets her own.
Is that your drill sergeant talking?
Let me double check here.
What?
All right, I'm starting the second segment. Houston, it missed me as well. I'm not sure who is because all I see here is Facebook user.
Why does yours say that? There's got to be something. I think mine has the people. So
yours actually has the people. Yeah,
there's got to be a setting, bro.
I'm gonna check that right now. Actually,
Oh boy.
Guess see comments, play sound. Guess may authenticate. I don't know. Let's try that. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. All right. Our friend who just posted, I'm just out of the Houston area and know what you mean. If you can type your name into the chat, that would be huge so we can actually identify you to let you know. So this is our friend who just posted, I'm just out of the Houston area and know what you mean.
Oh,
you
that's
weird. Your name into. Hang on. All right, let's see if that works. All right, I think there's no echo there.
No, are you? Oh,
that was weird.
It's your same. It's the drill sergeant.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome.
Hey, are you linked in your personal page or your podcast page and your personal page?
I think it might be all three.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
On the Triggered Podcast 1775, and then the YouTube channel, and then actually, I think it is as well. Is that one? Yep. So we're on the regular first Triggered one we have.
Yep.
And then the podcast one that's updated, and then the YouTube. So I don't know.
He might not be following.
The first Triggered one.
Yeah, he might have to follow.
Yeah, that might be what it is, or like, or whatever the case may be.
It might be. But yeah, so this is the first time we've done the video and audio recording with StreamYard and Anchor at the same time. So if anyone's listening, please give us a little leeway. I know.
I'll give Tony the leeway.
Yeah, Joe, retired Joe's starting lit. Give me a little space here, man.
Do some
Get on
push-ups.
him.
Yeah. No, I really like to get him on because he has some great stories as well from where he came from in the military, going to the drill sergeant, and I know he just finished up with cadets. Um, if I'm correct, he's back in a cav unit, but he's doing, or he was in a cav unit. Now he's just doing amazing, great things with the army, and I'm really proud of him. He shows it doesn't
Everybody,
matter what.
everybody always busts on the Cavs.
They're
You know,
fucking badass in my eyes.
I always see TikToks of people fucking with the Cav units and this and that. You know, it's,
I was
I don't
stationed
know.
right here at Fort Hood also for a little bit, man.
Oh, were you?
Yeah,
Yeah, so that cab is all right there, bro.
yeah, that's their main hub, isn't it? If I'm correct.
I think the cavalry division.
Yeah,
First, yeah.
first.
They're good people, man.
That's
Crazy.
cool.
We had a 6.6 Cav in Fort Drum on the airfield where I was, and they were pretty badass. Okay, so he's a ROTC instructor still at Sam Houston.
Oh damn.
So badass. I mean, a lot of people think, especially like the younger ones, teenagers, oh, I'm gonna go to the military, whatever it is, go shoot some people and that'll be it. There's such a great career path that the army can really give you. Like from Joe Sergeant, now he's an ROT instructor, doing his thing. That's awesome. There's
But
just
you got to put in the work though.
Yeah, you
absolutely.
Yeah.
You gotta show that you want it.
It's the generation now is everybody wants a handout. They're all entitled.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to put in the work anymore. The military is going to give you all the tools.
Right.
It's just like being in the motor pool.
Nope.
As a mechanic, we had one guy come into the maintenance section when we were deployed, and like we'll give you the tools, but it's level 10 maintenance. Everybody can do level 10 maintenance. Driver responsibility.
Yeah.
But like I said, the military is going to give you all the tools. You just have to apply it, put in the work. You can go far with the military. It depends on you.
Yeah.
That's all depends on is you.
Is that?
Yeah.
I think one of y'all's mic is on.
It's our pagers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But but yeah, you gotta put in the work. If you don't put in the work, you're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to be that 40-year-old E4 that is holding up a spot for somebody else.
Exactly.
So
that's so true, and that's the way it is in life too. We wouldn't be here if me and Zach were just like, all right, let's have some beers and fucking bullshit once in a while, cool. But starting this podcast, almost a year ago, actually 2 months will be a year, hitting the countries we have, the states we have, and helping so many people out in the sense of from basic, like our friend Scott Carroll, who was like, do I want to go for my E5? Do I want to get out? Small stuff like that, all the way up to, helping Operation at Ease out, helping Veteran Coalition Housing out. They're just starting a new house for single moms who are going to be homeless coming out. That's almost unheard of up here. It's always about, the guys and, this, that, and the other. So it's so good to see and be involved with so many great organizations. Hick Strong. There's just so many that
you meet a lot of great people too.
Absolutely. The networking and to help people and them help you. It's just, and actually mean it like out of their goodness of their heart, not because they're looking for something in return.
It's just like the flea markets that we do for Trigger to sell the shirts and shit. You get a 90-year-old veteran and you can sit there and talk to him forever. Yeah, I have it on my TikTok, and how long did we talk to him for?
A good half hour.
He's lifting 40 millimeters fucking with one arm. Just back in the day, it was crazy.
Freaking Popeye.
Yeah,
yeah. Crazy.
He was like 5 foot nothing too. So
yeah, he was a little guy.
It's crazy.
It's amazing, and to see the different sides and different aspects of some of the stories we hear and going down and learning. I mean, like just talking with you from the first time we did to where our relationship is now. It's just that that bond that you have and that brotherhood, and I'll say sisterhood as well. Sergeant Lacey down in 101st, she was my sergeant at Fort Drum, and then she moved on to bigger, better things, and she's doing great, and she's so happy in life down there, and it's amazing to have those networks and know we can reach so many people across the world and across the country, that we wouldn't have been able to, like Zach said, if we didn't put that time, if we didn't put that work in, just do it. Plain simple, do it. Just go there and just make that plunge, because otherwise you never know. You never know.
It's beneficial, man. It's beneficial, and it's therapeutic, for the person speaking and for
Yep.
the individual who's interviewing. I know on my part, when I speak, I get a sense of, man, that was fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like, I've had a couple of guys that I've went to war with on the podcast, and hearing them, from their accounts, when they bring back different stories, and I'm like, oh shit, I remember that. But
Yep.
you don't at the time, and hearing what, the root of their issue was, especially if it was a certain situation that we experienced together, but it's therapeutic, man, speaking about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's nice to just have the conversations. It goes back to you can, like you said, somebody's always going through something. You never know what they're going through. I don't push the issue. I let them come to me.
Mhm.
If they got an issue, something, I'll reach out. I'll throw that hand out. And then it's on them. At least I could say that I tried. I did everything that I could. You
Yep.
know, to help them. But you get to that point where you can't anymore.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that I've seen, and it's not just the veteran side of it too. It's the drug side.
Yep.
It's you help them, you're there. Like Tony goes through some shit. I
Yeah.
know when Tony's going through something. I know right away. It's just that it's that bond that you have. It's like you're a piece of them. You know,
Absolutely.
and I know Tony's having a bad day because usually 1 week he's always messaging me every day, every day, every day, and then like 3 days has passed and I haven't even heard from him.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Yep.
like I shoot him a text, "What the fuck's going on, man?" Or he does the same thing to me. Sometimes I
Yep.
just ghost and
yeah.
I just block out everybody. I don't just leave me alone. I'll come around. I just got to do this on my own.
Yep.
I do that too, man. But it's crazy because you tell people, reach out, man, reach out, reach out, and then we're like, man, we just want to fucking be alone.
Yeah.
So it kind of like contradicts itself. Like, well, yeah,
Yep. Yep.
I know, I do the same thing, bro.
Yeah. I think we all do. I think, especially like some of the stuff. I mean, even I know, like me and Zach doing the firefighter stuff. Some of the stuff we've seen and done, and the EMS side of it, and just all sorts of different stuff. Again, not only going like the PTSD side, but just like you're seeing shit day in and day out, and day in and day out, and then you're just like, does the world have any humanity left? But then there's just that one call or that one thing that happens, and you're like, it brings you back around.
Yep.
So I know, like me and Zach, especially out here in Schoharie County, because we're more hand in hand, with the people, holding a door for somebody. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. And just having that small smile, just that small stuff that we can give back on a personal level makes that world, especially here in Schoharie County, so much better.
Yeah.
But
A thank you goes a long way.
absolutely.
Man, you
You
both
know.
sound like you should be Texas boys, though, bro.
Wait, I don't know. I heard they
Bro,
got
so quick story. Quick
good,
story.
good, good
So
barbecue.
so when we were getting ready to deploy, we were in Killeen and went through all of our shit, and they let us come home for a couple days. And I told Tony this story last night,
Yep.
and so a bunch of us were like, "All right, well, what are we gonna do? We got to be at the airport at 04 in the morning. Go through the checkout process or the check-in, go through the gate, and all that." And we had a new private with us, and we hit every strip club in Dallas.
Oh, in Dallas?
We went from Killeen to Dallas,
Yeah.
and it was weird too because like I didn't really understand it at first. We were on the highway, and like everybody is fucking flying by us, like we're standing still. And I happened to see a sign, and it was like 80 miles an hour. I'm like, what, 80 fucking miles an hour? Like, what the hell? So we finally get up and do the speed limit and a little more. But I mean, we hit, I believe, every, right down to the nitty gritty fucking strip clubs in Dallas. And then we had to get back to the airport. I mean, I don't even think he put it in park or stopped the vehicle before we put the rent-a-car in park. And we got out, and we get there with like 10 minutes to spare. We're all fucking wobbly and drunk, sitting waiting for the fucking plane, to come home for a couple days. And then it was wild. Like I've never seen a nightlife like that. I mean, really, it get wild in Dallas.
Man,
like I probably don't even know the half of it.
Nah.
I saw a little sliver. That was about it.
Man, in my day, we used to get down with the good down here in Houston, man.
Yeah.
But I know they say Austin is the party life, but I'm not an Austin fan. But I'm not a Dallas fan either.
I'll tell you one thing I'd like to do one day, and of course, like me and Zach talk about this, like long term from now, is like literally travel the country and just talk in different places and meet different people and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'd love to be down in Texas and go to like one of those old school ice boxes. You know what I mean? I don't even know if they have them anymore, but like someone's house, and it's literally just like a garage or some shit where you pay like $5. All right, here's your beer for the night. And just
they got those.
They still got them, the old ice boxes.
Yeah, they got.
I would love to do that. Just one time, my buddy was telling me about it, and I'm like, dude, that shit would be so dope. Just like old school, everyone's chill. You start acting a fool, you get a couple wax on you, and they throw you out. Plain simple. Like, I think that'd be so much fun just to go down there and just like hang out like that.
There is, man. I met a lot of good people in those places, man. I've met some funny ones, and then some ones I don't remember.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, so we are about 15 minutes in on the second segment. So, we're just driving this car as well as we have gas. So I mean,
yeah, we're still putting along here.
Yeah,
this is a game changer, like I said before.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's
once you get it going, man. I mean, you got it going, but once you get like the little it all starts. It's pretty neat, man. And then you get the little logos and you can run the little bar at the bottom.
Yeah, I was going to play with that a little bit. Zach had it the other night. He had that going. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah,
and that's in banners, if I'm correct, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There we go.
And then you can make it scroll or whatever. Yeah, I was messing around with it.
Doing all that good stuff. I like this stuff. I love it. I think this is probably one of the best things I've ever seen for this stuff. I mean, we have like Zoom and Teams and all this stuff, but for the podcast side, especially having the video match with the audio, it's amazing because we can reach out to guys like you and our friend Chris out in Massachusetts, Front Stair Talks podcast, and get that face to face because you can hear someone on the phone, but having that emotion behind that face, it really brings stuff more to life. It makes it more real. I want to say more real, but we are real people and we are really doing this. I mean, it's not just a couple jamokes recording, editing, and then sending it out. I mean, we don't edit anything. All I do, honestly, is throw a little music behind it and call it a day. That's it. And I throw in our sponsor segments because legally we have to. But besides that, it's us, uncut, unraw, uncensored. Just
sometimes my daughter will pop in.
Who else?
Harmony.
Oh yeah, Harmony. I mean, we had cats jumping off the walls one day. We had.
We just hit record and that's about it. We don't.
That's good, man.
We don't.
That's good talk right there.
And it's nice that we haven't been muted.
Yeah.
I'm
surprised that hasn't. I gotta be honest, because we got some crazy. Yeah. Shit.
I mean, we've been muted off of TikTok and that kind of thing, and
Facebook, Instagram.
I was banned from Facebook for 5 days, but
that shit was funny though.
I don't know. But I mean, Anchor's been good to us. They haven't, brought anything down. They haven't questioned, what
No.
we talk about. So which is nice, and it's nice to, be real
Yeah.
and not like, all right, well, I can't say this, so I'm going to spend a half hour try to, go around the bush,
Yeah.
you know, instead just beeline it to, what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's nice.
That's one thing I like about you guys, man, is y'all talk about it all. On my podcast, I try to stay away from fucking politics because as a business owner, you kind of gotta,
Yes. Yep.
you
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
I get it.
We
You know,
we actually
and
had that
that's
discussion this
we
weekend about some stuff.
we had that conversation when Tony and I first started.
Yep.
I wanted to be, military only
Yeah.
and this and that. But
And we did
it,
good,
we
but
did for a little while. In reality, though, what politics and what politicians and everybody's doing, you see, and it affects the military.
Oh
It
yeah.
affects the
hand
military
in
side.
hand. I mean,
Um,
they
it's
blink, we sneeze.
they say jump, we say how high.
Yeah.
Because it all comes from the top down. And the way I've always looked at it, and people have different views, is you know I'll respect the position that you're in,
Mhm.
but I may not respect the person.
Right.
You know what I mean? Um, and not only it's the president and he's the commander in chief, but respect is earned.
Absolutely.
With the politicians around here, like it's sad though, because I was real close with Kyle Vanderwater,
Mhm.
um, which he was running for up here. He ran against Delgado last year. He pulled himself out of the race, and
He just passed, right?
yeah, he shot himself in
Oh,
a cemetery.
I
Yep.
read that article. I think
Yeah,
one of you guys posted it.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 So that hit kind of hard because I met him at the firehouse. He came down to the firehouse. He hung out there, and it it sucks for everybody, but it sucks even more when you know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was a great guy. It was family, faith, military. Just that was him in a nutshell. And
And he lived it too. He just didn't talk about it.
yep,
That was it. That's who his core was. Those were his ethics.
yeah, those are his core values, and
Yeah.
he lived it through and through. And like you said, Raul, you don't know what somebody's going through.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
you don't. Nobody knew what he was going through. There might be somebody, but you don't know the whole story. And he could have made up something. Who knows? I don't know the story. I wasn't in his shoes. I'm not gonna
Right.
put words in his mouth
Right.
or
Right.
jump to
Right.
conclusions. Um, but it sucks when you know somebody,
Yeah.
um, and you met that person. Yeah, it sucks for all veterans that have to go through this. But when you met the guy, it's different,
Yeah.
and but I wish I deepest condolence to his family and everything like that, and just keep trucking forward.
Yeah. That's all you can do, really. I mean, sucks, but yeah. I
Yeah,
saw a thing today. I was down at my psychiatrist because I go once a month for that side to try to
well,
fix these
sorry for
things
her.
up here. Yeah. I do feel bad for her a lot of days. And I'm standing there at the check-in, and I'm looking at the wall, and I saw for Schoharie County up to date 32 overdoses and 7 deaths, and I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
like shit.
How big is y'all's county?
I don't square mileage. I'm not quite sure. It's good
Like,
size, but it's very rural. It's like
oh,
everyone
is it?
knows everyone.
yeah,
A lot of farming. Our villages are like we call it a village, but it's one main street with we call it Stewart's, but it's like a gas station. That's about it.
yeah,
Oh,
So it's small, but it's a lot of land, but it's small town. So, but it's like it sucks, but at the same time, it is what it is. I mean, that's a whole nother topic. I mean, we
yep,
fuck.
yeah. That's
We
a
got
whole other
about
hour.
Yeah, we got about 7.5 minutes left.
Yeah.
But yeah, Raul, why don't you tell us about what you do a little bit more with the merchandise, the apparel, and kind of how your podcast is going?
Man, it's going good actually. I got a few. Well, the podcast is going. Well, they're both going good. So actually, Charlie Mike, you know, originated actually because of Soldier Hard, bro. One of his songs, I
Yep.
yeah,
One of my
and
favorites, to be honest with you.
yeah, and that's how it ended up working out, man. So I reached out to him before I started all this, and I said, "Hey, man, this is what I'm gonna do." And he said, "More power to you, brother. Do it."
That's
And
awesome.
I was like, "All
Nice.
right." Yeah. So I started everything, man, and you know, the business side, Charlie Mike Military Apparel. You know, we try to have different. It's more patriotic. More. It's not.
Mhm.
It's not like. It's not like grunt style. It's not like
Yep.
Yeah,
those.
the
You know.
9 line.
Yeah. It's. I mean, mine are more motivational type deals. Like don't fucking quit or some shit like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep.
I just try to and I also use it to stress like mental health. Man, mental health is a big thing. To
Mm.
try to get out there to a bunch of stubborn ass men and women who are us veterans,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's going good though. That anybody interested, charliemikemilitaryapparel.com. Check out the the website. Also with the podcast, man, I branched off to Charlie Mike the podcast, and I did that originally, man, because I was actually a part of another podcast, and they got to politics. And like I was telling y'all, man, being a business owner, you can't
Yeah.
you can't go,
BYA.
yeah, you can't go one way or another because it's gonna affect half your business.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm not a politician, so I don't go out there and try to shake hands on both sides. You know what I mean? It's
Yep.
not
Yep.
it's not me. So I'm just I mean, I go where I go. If I happen to be at more Republican things, then fuck it, it is.
Yeah. It is what
Um,
it is.
yeah, I think I should. Yeah,
I was saying, I
actually,
like that shirt there. Yeah, a little red
yeah.
on that shirt. A little red.
Yeah, it says Brazoria County Young Republicans. Actually,
Oh, there.
Nice.
Good shit.
yeah,
Talk about that. I mean,
yeah. That was just it was just a shirt I was wearing today.
yeah. But no, it's good, man. So,
Yes, and with the podcast, I've got, like you said, I got to meet a lot of people, man. A lot of
mm,
different people and a lot of different organizations, and in big time organizations. I had a Mission Continues. I think they're out
mhm.
there where you guys are at also.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm, golly, you can take. I had this guy. His name is Brian Talley. Okay, so he President Trump had signed, I think it was 2 or 3 bills into law under his name
Yes.
in 2000, and they changed a VA loophole that they were using. It was like 74 years old or something like that,
Mhm.
where it was had to deal with VA malpractice.
Yep.
And I got to meet this dude, and we click, we talk, and now we're friends.
That's
And he's
awesome.
a good dude. His book just came out too, man. So
Definitely have to check that out.
yeah, he'd probably be a good guy to have on y'all's podcast as well, man.
Yeah.
We will love it. We will love it. I
He's
mean,
real.
that's the thing too, is that education behind it is getting that stuff out there that people don't know.
Yeah. And like I say, man, I brought on a few of my friends, and they speak about you know what they've experienced, and I'm open. I'm wide open about my struggles with mental health, my struggle with addiction. Because I want people to know that you can recover and it's possible. You know what I mean? And I have one of my favorite shirts. It simply says, God, what does it say? It's okay not to be okay. That's all
Yeah.
it says.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
That's a powerful statement right there. There
it
is.
is, and that's why I love it, man. Like, it's funny because when I wear that shirt, I get people of all ages who just like, "Hey, man, that's a nice shirt. I like that shirt." I'm like, "Yeah." And I
I
got
like
another
it.
shirt that I wear. It says like, "Yeah, just don't be so hard on yourself."
Yep.
And
Yep.
people will come up to me in the grocery store and be like, "Oh, I like that. I like that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what we need to hear in general, is like those kind of things, without getting too crazy, because we only got about 3 minutes a little less than
Yeah.
3 minutes. You see friends like Supreme Gear and Gucci and all this crazy shit going for thousands of dollars, when just a basic T-shirt with a little motivation, someone sees that, you could save their life and you don't even know.
Yeah.
You know, I remember one day I was returning cans and stuff, and I was just being a goofball. So I started dancing in the middle of the parking lot, acting like an asshole. This lady next to me in her car just starts laughing, and she's like, "I needed that today, thank you."
That's
So like, you never know, like Zach was saying, what somebody's going through. That little bit of laugh might have helped her, or she might just fucking go off the handle on that. Who knows? But just that little bit. So that's awesome, man. I'm glad everything's going great for you.
yeah,
Yeah,
man. Hey,
definitely.
I'm excited, man. I listened to what you guys have to say. I'm not gonna lie, man. You guys come a long way, man. From I did some
Yeah,
digging.
day one.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
did some digging. You guys came a long way, man. It's all
Yeah.
about
Thank you.
it's
I
all about
appreciate it.
confidence, and it's good to see, bro. It really is,
Absolutely.
man.
Yeah.
And we're definitely glad we're still here. Like Zach said, we're not kicked off. We're not, banned from nothing too much yet. So
You,
You
you,
know,
still,
and
you still
and
got your OnlyFans?
he's got his OnlyFans.
you know that. I keep that shining, bro. Got that drill sergeant head right there. Got them suspenders on this baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Oh
ten,
shit.
we're 10. I can't even do it now because my fucking camera.
Yeah.
My 10th
Just
mountain on
stop.
the wrist.
Embarrassing.
Horrible. But it's funny.
Uh,
It actually took me over a year to even be okay to wear something like that on me, like even t-shirts and stuff like that. So I was really, really happy to get that in that sense because, like you said, it's okay to be not okay, and that kind of I had to accept that at one point to say, all right, it's okay to be proud of where I came from in the military. So
Yeah,
You
yeah,
man.
it's
earned
good
it
stuff.
though. You earned it. Like I told you before, you earned it. Everybody earns it. You know,
Absolutely.
they, you know, we're the 1%, as they
Mhm.
say.
Absolutely.
You know, and I've gone over this with Tony plenty of times. He's earned it. It's okay. You
Yep.
know, nobody's gonna. You know, what's the difference of you? You know, having the 10th mountain on your arm than you having the 10th mountain on the back of your car. You
Exactly.
know, really. You know, yeah, the 10th mountain on the back of your car got you out of a ticket, but
That shit did. That's a story and a half.
yeah. So, but you know, I've always, I always refer back to TikTok. I see a lot of, a lot of things bring, along with the military, like it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
There's a thing on TikTok, there's, other veterans I'm friends with on TikTok,
Mhm.
use that as a background music, to whatever they're going through,
Yeah.
you know, and it hits home. It hits home. It's okay to, yeah, we're men, we're supposed to be tough, but it's okay to cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. There's no, you could be tough all you want.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
funny you said that. Last night, me and Steph were laying in bed, and we always talk before we go to bed. And I was explaining to her, I was like, it's good to be emotional. Sometimes it's good to get that stuff off your chest and be angry and be upset. I said one of the hardest things I learned after going through some stuff. The military actually sent me through his class because I was kind of not all there at that point. Yeah, I was. It was bad. Was that to identify? And I hate using that word because it sounds so like new gen type shit, but like identify what actual emotions you're feeling. Like you can be frustrated, but if you're angry, you gotta take a step back for a minute and realize why you're angry. Like
Yep.
there's those levels, because anger might be frustration, might be sadness, might be something else going on. And until you can identify why you're feeling that way, you can't fix it. All you're gonna do is just be pissed off for the rest of the day and nothing's gonna be productive. Everything's gonna mess up for you. So if
Right.
you take that step back and realize like, okay, yeah, I'm upset. Things are going bad today. I rolled out of bed wrong, whatever. But to say, all right, this is why it happened. Forget about it. You can't change it. Live in the moment and move on to the next thing. Don't,
Yep.
sit on that. So that's always
Everything happens for a reason.
Yes, sir.
Ain't that the truth?
I've always believed that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
It's I mean, I started to realize that, when my dad passed away, they always take the good ones, and
Facts.
you may never know the reason. You don't know the reason why.
No.
But everything happens for a reason. It's like getting out on the bike. You go out to the motorcycle and the motorcycle doesn't start. There's a reason why it's not starting.
You're pissed off at the bike because they ain't starting.
It may not even be the bike. There
Mhm.
may not be actually something wrong with it. The battery could just be dead, but it didn't start that day. You
Right.
know, I've seen it where, you know, I had issues with the car wouldn't start, or I woke up to a flat tire, you know, and then 2 minutes later my pager goes off for a car accident right up the road from me.
Yep.
You know, it's there's things in life that happen, you know, to you to prevent you, to keep you safe from doing things. Like I go back, the motorcycle didn't start, you know. What if you got on that 2 seconds earlier, you know, and started on the road? You could be T-boned at the intersection.
Absolutely.
You know, it's
Yeah.
that's the way I look at it. Everything happens for a reason. You know,
Like
it
my
just
father that day, he was pulling out of Spitzy's, which is a little Harley shop down here or up here, and fucking came around the midsection. Everything was good, clear. All of a sudden, this car just bink hits his tire and lays him down. Now, those of you who don't know my dad, he is about my size. He's 75 years old, probably one of the toughest mans I know. He's got one lung, emphysema, COPD. Like, not trying to blast your health, pops. All right, there goes the little spudster there. But like, all he got was a little bit of a scratch and a bump. That was it. Like you said, Zach, 2 seconds earlier or later could have been life.
you know,
So everything happens for a reason and for a certain time.
you can use it as a shirt if you want, Raul. I'll let you use it.
What's that?
Everything happens for a reason. I'll let you use it.
You gonna 1%, man? You know
Yeah, he said 20% off the top.
I'll tell y'all a story.
I get
man.
the first one.
Yeah. Hey, I got to get out of here though, man. So let me.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna holler at you boys, okay? Hey, I'm gonna shoot you a message, man.
All right, thank you. You have a great night, man.
Yeah,
thank you
thanks,
so
man.
much.
Appreciate it.
Charlie Mike, brother.
Charlie Mike.
Charlie Mike. Yeah, so that was Raul.
Yep.
Awesome guy. I mean, definitely check out his stuff. Definitely do all that stuff because I mean, that's one of those brothers who again will be there for you no matter what, you know.
Yeah.
So I started a new recording, but we're only 2 minutes in. So I mean,
we're gonna
wrap it up. We're good.
Definitely. Shout out to StreamYard. You guys put in the work to make this happen. Anchor. Thank you for being there, supporting us, not muting us. When we get down those rabbit holes. Appreciate it. So
we're on season 2, man.
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy.
I didn't think this was even. Again, we started last November, end of November, just bullshitting in the old kitchen around the round table. And
that's how it started. $20 mic from Best Buy, and taking a half an hour to try to figure out how to do it,
how to even fucking work the program. But
and StreamYard's going to be the same way. It's going to take us a little while to get used to it.
But once we do, it's going to be a wrap. It's going to be amazing.
Definitely.
So guys, join us on the next episode, episode 3. We still have a lot of great special guests coming up. We got Papa Dugan coming up. We got so many others. He messaged you too? Yeah, buddy.
Good luck, brother. Just thanks for the support as always.
Absolutely.
Much appreciated. It's nice that we had some interaction. That was pretty cool.
Absolutely. So, big shout out. I forgot this game I play on my phone, because we all have to escape.
Candy Crush?
Oh, that's a good one.
Clash of Clans?
It's close to that.
Okay.
I forgot what it is. Honestly, it's horrible. I think like the Grand Mafia or Mafia City, something like that. My faction, Chucky 23, all those guys out there, we actually opened up new countries because of them. Northern Ireland and stuff like that. So guys, if you're listening, thank you very much. So big shout out to you guys. Please share. We want to open up more countries, more states. This next season, this next 8 months, 6 months, year, whatever it is, we want to blow up so big where we can see pictures from California coming in at us.
It's going to be crazy. We're going to get as many people as we can. I want to try to get a round table going, a bunch of veterans.
A good round table discussion.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
And Tony, I'll talk to you this offline, but I kind of changed my direction now.
Okay.
A little bit kind of changed my direction, but we got some stuff planned, so we'll end it there. So
all right, guys, thank you for joining us, and of course,
stay triggered.